All right. Welcome to another episode of the Freezin NFC North Podcast, episode 80, Valentine's Day special. It's just the two of us. I need a little bit of music there. Plus 2023 NFC North team MVPs, free agent targets, all of that. Let's get going. And where can everyone find you as we get started? Seventh letter
for on top of the NFC North this year, NFC champions. You know, it's a lock. Same OG on Facebook and Instagram. It's over, man. Now it's time for the off season. Let's get it popping.
It is, and everyone can find me on NFLOutdated on Twitter X, on YouTube, and now you can find both of us on the Freezin for NFC North pod on good old TikTok. We're growing.
I gotta stop bullshitting, man. I'm gonna do it.
It's we're growing there and trying to connect with as many NFC North fans as possible. Been a blast so far. Always have a lot of great takes that we can put on there. And obviously there's a lot to talk about. Super Bowl happened. And it was a great Super Bowl, great ending. Obviously there's a lot of what ifs from the Lions and all that. I mean, is that kind of what you were kind of thinking watching that? What if the Lions were in there?
Of course. I don't think that our offense would have been as sloppy in the beginning. Like, you probably, to be honest, like, you know what the whole Pat Mahomes thing is? Like, it's kind of like the Tom Brady days when you were just in Tom Brady's movie and you seen it before. I said, oh, they're kicking. That mean that they just gonna give Pat Mahomes half and put him in half the score situations is tough. I don't care who you are.
Tell you what, yeah. I'm glad, that we are on the NFC side because, I mean, it's really hard to bet against him in any situation. If, perhaps there's injuries and, someone in the AFC like knocks him out, then, one of our teams is in the Super Bowl. Obviously we have a better shot. It's more open, I think.
Yeah, I did not want San Francisco to win, period. I just didn't. And it was just special at the end, like, yeah, we didn't even know the overtime rules. I said, oh, boy. Then they fired Steve Wilkes.
Someone had to, take the axe for that.
Right, yo. Come on, man. Come on, yo. Like, he held Pat Mahomes all game, and the defense kept that defense out. The offense kept that defense out there all game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen, man? Both defenses were tired, except for Kansas City's the one that made the plays. I'm sorry, man. I am so envious of this secondary, yo. Oh my God. Kansas City got a great secondary. It's incredible, yo. They cover so well, man.
It is important, when you have at this level, at that point to just have, you got top receivers, shutting them down, the offenses, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I was going to give I don't know if Chris is listening anymore, but we'll give the Packers a little bit of love here. And so obviously the what ifs, I'm hearing that a lot online from the Packers. They're like, well, what if we were close to we should have beaten the 49ers, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. And now,
Chris, it's all right. We both our teams is so young. You know what I mean? Our youth lost that game. Like, it ain't. I've used the word choke, but like the 49ers really went there with the same team they went 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's virtually the same team as far as the real players other than McCaffrey. They went with the same guys. Like, they've been there before. They know what to do. It was all new territory for us and our young team. So our division is going to be slobber knockers next year. Like, it's going to be tough.
I think it is. And me, my good bromance with Justin Fields, whether it's him or Caleb or Drake May, whoever it is, the Bears are starting to get there. They're starting to get stacked overall. And I like where the Bears are at. I like that a lot of people are kind of writing them off because, really, I mean, you talk about what ifs. They were really close to being 10-7 when you talk about those 3 fourth quarter meltdowns, late game meltdowns. And with Justin Fields out 4.5 games, whether it's him or another quarterback, you don't have your starting quarterback, and we went 2-2. We kind of held in there. So I agree. It is going to be a tougher division than people gave us credit for at the beginning of this year.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody got better except for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got better. Like I'm saying, like the Packers found their quarterback. I mean, he is what we saw it with our eyes. We know what his potential is as far as what we seen toward the end of the year. Whatever if the Bears got nothing but capital, so they're gonna get better. I think they might, kind of beat out the Packers or us next year. They have the capital and money and resources to do it. So like it's just gonna be a tough division next year. We might end up being like the end of the AFC West where everybody was good and they end up beating each other to death, and the cream of the crop, the cream rose to the top, obviously with the Chiefs, but it's just gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough coming in our division. It's just gonna be tough.
It is, and obviously, later on the off season, we'll get into kind of the schedules and stuff. And me, I'm definitely positive about the Bears kind of going forward. The one thing that it's hard to deny, the Bears, coaching staff, we just haven't been able to beat the Packers, and that's until that happens. Like that, I do admit that is our Super Bowl. Right now, we need that's one step, and it sucks. It sucks to admit that, but that is our step. And we talk about like steps and stuff. I feel like there were a lot of free agents and pieces that were added that really kind of made this team start to really catch on toward the end. And so I'm just going to go ahead and give my Chicago Bears defensive and offensive MVPs. And I have to start right here on the defensive side because, I kind of went back and forth on a couple of the players. Obviously, Jalen Johnson is solid, right? And, you look at, the linebacker signings, those were great, right? And
one of them was.
Well, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it was good to kind of add in that spot. But the defense really didn't take off until the sweat effect, and it's real. And it's interesting. Obviously, the whole thing was they should have done Chase, gone with Chase Young, and I didn't really watch his tape all that much with the Niners, but it's just you look at this addition, and Sweat was the right player. For the Bears, and Chase Young, we'll see if he's going to be, better long term. But Sweat was the right player, the right cultural fit. The guy that wants to be there, that doesn't want to take plays off. And Chase Young had the pedigree and all that, but you just hear that he's taking plays off, and they were almost going to bench him for the He
played well in the Super Bowl. I give him that. Yeah, he played well. Him and Nick Bosa, they were back there all game. all game.
So and that's another question too. Chase Young, is he dependent on having another player like Bosa in that spot to kind of take attention off of him? I mean, who knows? It's crazy because obviously you wonder about like all of the conspiracy theories and whatnot. I mean, they were the Chiefs. They wanted the Chiefs to win because you look at
no.
Oh, did you see some of those holds on?
Yeah. They hold every game. You know what I'm saying? They hold all the time. They held Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is getting choked every game.
Well, not so that's probably, but some of these were you kind of they were turned and they were literally hugging them from behind, and it was like, why was that not called? But I mean, it's the Chiefs, it's the Super Bowl.
How about not running McCaffrey the whole third quarter, really? Like, how about that? You know what I'm saying? Then they got back to the fourth quarter and they scored. Like, how about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they lost that game. They didn't play. They didn't play to win. They didn't play to win.
That's part of it.
The whole first half was like they had plenty of chances to pull away and they kicked field goals. Like, you can't do that in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. And Moody played pretty good other than the block extra point. Like, honestly, when I saw the block extra point, I said, "Oh shit."
Mm-hmm.
shit. All they need is 3. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I knew it was going. It's like a movie, man. It's like being a part of the Tom Brady movie. When you're a part of that Pat Mahomes movie, it's like you know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? In this game, it's not even real to him. It's like, all right, we got to score. Let's do it. You know, and they don't have no offense. Like if you look at the Chiefs, they don't have really anything but Kelsey and a bunch of other guys. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna make the new. It's gonna be so hard to be a wide receiver. You gotta be Justin Jefferson to get paid now, because Ayuk may have to walk. Like it's a whole bunch of people, good receivers are gonna have to walk because nobody's gonna really pay him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's tough because you have you talk about, obviously, in the draft, they're talking about generational quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes is the generational quarterback. And, when he's making MVS look good, I mean.
You saw how MVS caught the ball for the touchdown. Like, he can't catch.
No.
He cannot catch. It looks crazy, man.
It does. But, I mean, yeah, it's almost like, obviously you're a Jordan fan, and watching him, like he just had that level where he elevated everybody else and he demanded that. And when you see Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, even Andy Reid, that amount of talent, experience, you either elevate your level also, or you're gone. And the players that are still there, I mean, that's huge. I mean, and they did this without, Tyreek Hill the last couple of years. And so it's scary.
Yeah. I thought it was over. I did. I just thought that was that X factor with and Tyreek Hill's gone on to do well with the Dolphins, bro. Had best, seasons of his career in Miami. But I mean, shit, if the Chiefs, they know how to win close now. They're not blowing people out no more. Like they just win all the close games, and it's never ever a time when the Chiefs lose a game without some type of fluky shit happening at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the Bills game, like it's not too many times you just see them get their butt kicked. You know what I'm saying? Never. You know what I mean? They look the defenses very, very out of you hear about the Ravens, you hear about the 49ers, but that Chiefs defense is good, man.
And it's young too.
Yes. They ain't even really pay nobody yet. Chris Jones and a bunch of other guys. That guy Pinnick or something, whatever his name is, 90. What number? The defensive tackle just throwing Williams.
Oh yeah.
Like, yo, it's very, very enviable. Like, I was like, look at this shit. They can't move them. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like, I thought we had a good run defense, but we just a lot of resources to stop the run and get killed with the pass. Like the cheat and Spagnuolo and Andy Reid and Spagnuolo. Andy Reid is the luckiest man in the world because Spagnuolo will never be a head coach. And he is the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, hands down. Like the blitzes he dials up, like that ballsy blitz when he blitzed the corner to just get Purdy off and block. Like, yo, man, like that's one of your best cover. That's your best cover corner, McDuffie, and you blitz him on third down. Like, incredible, man. Just ballsy and just they ready. They were there to win, and San Fran wasn't. They weren't.
Yeah, they really. I mean, that's and when you kind of look at going forward, I mean, it's hard to bet against the Patrick Mahomes. I wanted to talk about also the obviously it's Valentine's Day, and we're the jokers that don't have any Valentine's dates, but hey, that's all right.
Hey man, that's been with my wife for 15 years, bro. Like,
so that's it's not
a. Matter of fact, we wait till we get paid. Matter of fact, we didn't go out tonight because there's gonna be too many people out. So we're gonna go out tomorrow or Friday. It's my son's 18th birthday too. So I'm gonna be going out the next couple of nights, a whole bunch of money. So my wife bought me an autograph, Aiden Hutchinson and helmet and everything.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna wear it, but I forgot. I was rushing.
Oh, a real one. Okay, not just the mini one.
Yeah, real one.
Nice. So, speaking of kind of spending a lot of money, and it's always like in the Super Bowl, you get, in the playoffs, you get, teams and fans that go crazy, and this has kind of been synonymous with Cowboys fans, like breaking TVs and everything like that. And I don't know if you saw it, and it's hard to tell online, like, what's real and what's not. But you got these 49er fans who are just going nuts and breaking TVs. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I'm you're with seventh letter. Where are you? I'm getting out of jail, and when wife gets bail together, because I'm killing you. You touch my TV. That's my pride, joy, my television. Don't touch my shit.
it is, and yeah, I mean, there are other ways to, I'm not sure how you dealt with the Lions loss. You know about me. I go online and sometimes I like to either troll or get trolled and just have fun with that. I mean, there are different ways rather than.
Yeah, I handled it well. Like, I really
You
did.
did,
Like,
you did.
honestly, like, it was like, you know what? I got a lot of shit going on in my life right now. This is not that hard. Like, if I made it to the Super, like, I was scared to even say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I wasn't ready yet. I was just afraid to say Super Bowl because it just seemed so unattainable. But I handled it well. I think that we played well. I think next year they can't say the same things that they said about us for 20 years anymore. I don't think they can say it. And we'll be better next year because we have $50 million and we got draft picks and we drafted very well. So I think we'll be even better next year, so.
And we'll get to that in a second as well. I want to talk about some of the free agent targets. I'll definitely be talking about some of the Bears free agent targets. So we did the Bears defensive MVP, and obviously it's Valentine's Day, and this could be some bro love for my guy Justin Fields, right?
But offense? No, don't do that.
I am not going to do that. And obviously the team did. The team did this. The team did vote DJ Moore as the MVP offensive
that
MVP
was hard.
as well.
That was hard for my brother, y'all. That was hard, man.
That was hard.
That was hard. That was hard. That was hard.
I mean, who was throwing it to him, right? So, but I mean, it's you can't deny. I mean, he had 1,364 yards, 96 catches, sixth most in the NFL this season, and the fourth most in Bears history, which is nuts. That it's already the fourth most. So, and Justin Fields is out 4.5 games. I granted a lot of people don't like Justin Fields, but he is the starting quarterback. You have a second string quarterback, and he still had the best year of his career. So DJ Moore is legit.
He is. He's good. He's really good.
He is. And so, kind of going forward, I'm really interested to see kind of who they add. But the biggest thing is, when you talk about the offensive coordinator, because you look at some of the plays in some of the play designs, DJ Moore wasn't even out there for some crucial plays, and which boggles my mind that Getsy would do that. And so obviously, no matter what, you want your best receiver out there. And Getsy was trying to get too cute on a few different, plays and key plays in some games. And so I think, just his talent alone is huge. I love his demeanor as well. He's like, he wants his play on the field shows it,
I saw an interview with Amon Ron, his brother. And he was like, he don't even work out on the off season. Like,
he said that?
Yeah, he don't work out. He said he get up to like 220, he put on weight, and then when it's time to come back, he come back. He just kind of an even guy, but he's always ready. I have not seen it. He got better every season. And when he finally got a real quarterback, he kind of, did I just say that?
You said that. I was, yeah.
Yeah, but the Panthers always had like some just anything out there throwing the ball. You know what I mean? The Red Robin and all that nut shit they had going on. Like, they ain't never have a quarterback since Cam Newton. So, like, he finally got like a guy, like he was the feature. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ever necessarily the feature because he never had nobody that could really throw it to him consistently. And Justin Fields was looking for him, and he produced. He played his ass off this year. Like, next year, when we do our top 10 receivers, DJ Moore will be in that category. He will. He'll be better next year, especially if they get an offensive line and a decent, consistent running game. Like, he's going to be even better.
Well, and another thing obviously I like about him too is he's smart. He's really smart.
Yeah.
And you can all the interviews you can tell. Right now Justin Fields is quarterback. He's pumping him up, wants to keep him, but he also did say that he knows it's a business. Whoever the quarterback is, he's going to go with it.
Right.
So I love DJ Moore on the Bears. That was just an amazing trade for the Bears. Obviously, we have the number 1 pick. Lots to add that, and I'm just ready for that conversation to be over.
Me too. I am too, man. Just for Justin Fields, man. Just
Mhm.
like y'all gonna do it, let's do it, man. Just let my man free. Free him. You know what I'm saying? Free
I
him. Somewhere
I
else. What
told you I told you on in our chat I do have my Justin Fields goodbye speech ready. Just in case that happens. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, I here's the thing. If it does happen, I'm good with that. You
Mhm.
know, I trust. I'm at a point where I do trust what Ryan Poles is doing, and the Bears Twitter is just crazy, going back and forth. Like it's a civil war. Birds' heads are being chopped off. It's
Yeah.
crazy because and it's just not as fun as going against like Packer fans or Lions fans or Vikings fans. I'm not even 100% sure that some of these people that are anti-Fields are actually Bears fans, or they're just like Packer fans,
Uh,
just trying to troll.
bro.
Which, if they are, I respect the game,
Yeah.
but it's just once they make a decision whether they're going to trade Fields or trade the pick, I love what Poles is doing. I love they put stuff out with Kevin Warren. I love that. It's just it's all about playing the game.
Yeah.
Trying to get the best deal for either one, and that's why it doesn't worry me either way.
Yeah. Rebuilds are tough. The NFL, you look at everybody else, you know what I'm saying? You start looking at everybody else's money. Like, how the fuck, how does the Eagles with a 12-1 record get a sue in this? Like, where's all this money coming from? Like, why won't we do that? Why can't we find a quarterback? Why don't we have this offensive coordinator? Why? It's just you at the beginning of the season when it's 0-0, like it's like I and then you win a few, it's like, oh, we good. And then you lose the Ravens, and then you feel like you're not that good. And then you win 3 straight, then you lose again. It's like the world is over. Like you die every week. And then you're reborn with another win. And then you win again. Then you win again. Like, oh, we going to Super Bowl. Oh, then you lose to the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Then the Packers beat you on Thanksgiving. Like,
That was rough.
it's just emotional. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And you start looking at everybody else and but rebuilds are hard, like it's hard. Like it must have been hell for Packer fans, you know what I'm saying? Like you think it's bad. Like we used to it, Andy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this is life. Like this is life. For them, it's like, fuck this, man. We gotta draft a quarterback. And then he starts playing good, and now they're fucking thinking they're going to Super Bowl next year. You know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
that is ridiculous. I
Right.
think it is. You talk about the always the prisoner of the moment. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to for Packer fans to remember. I mean, they were 9-8.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Vikings actually had Kirk Cousins, they would not have been in the playoffs. So I do like. Unfortunately, I think that Love is, starting to prove something. He still has to kind of step up as well.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind, some of the how they were just schemed so wide open, some of the wide receivers.
Yeah, but that's what all those people that come from up under that Gruden little brother tree, the McVays, him, Shanahan, like they all know they have this scheme where it's a lot of motion and they confuse you, and their receiver, there's necessarily no number one receiver. It's like Puka Nakua is like the best receiver on earth. Like how? He not even fast, but he wide open. Like what the fuck? He's getting these
Puka's
explosive.
tough though.
He is tough, but he's runs a 4.6 at the combine. You're like, how is he getting all these explosives? Like, this scheme wide open for him. Like, you look at the type of players they pick. They just know how to block, break tackles, and they're tough to stop. They're good route runners, and they get open. Like, the same thing with the Packers. Wicks, where did he come from? Like, these guys are rookie, and he's playing like he routing motherfuckers. Like, it's crazy. So it's just the way they build the teams. They're tough to stop. This is why all of the older coaches are leaving. It's no more Riverboat Ron, no more Belichick don't got a job. You know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson made the Washington Commanders sick. They just thought they were going to have this offensive coach, and it's no more defensive coaches anymore. Look at Saleh. Like, he only got a job because of Aaron Rodgers right now, So
yeah, that's going to be an interesting kind of storyline, obviously, in 2024. Wanted to talk about the Detroit Lions offensive and defensive MVPs. Obviously, you talk about rebuilding. The Lions have done it right. They've built through the draft. They've really kind of like developed players, and that's where I want to be as a Bears fan. But go ahead and talk about the Detroit Lions 2023 team MVPs for you.
On offense, I got like a 1A, 1B, but they're both like our best players on our team. It's Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow. Like, those two guys, without them, we are a totally different team. Like, they carry the offensive line carries us. They like, I love how we're built for December and January and February. Like, I like that. I mean, you need that to go far. Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, definitely the offensive MVPs of the team. I mean, you got Jared Goff and you got your Amon-Ra and all that, and Jahmyr Gibbs, someday. But those two guys are essential to our offense. We need it. We need it for our quarterback, for what we do on offense. Without them, we're nothing.
What position does Frank Ragnow now play again?
Center.
So center's pretty important, obviously.
I mean, yeah, very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Like, to be able to run the ball on the people we're able to run the ball on, like he's very important to all. He was a first round pick. Like I said, man, for all the shit I give Fat Boy Patricia and Dan and Quinn, they left the offensive line for us. You know what I'm saying? We draft my man drafted, his first pick was Penei Sewell, but everybody else, those are all Dan Quinn and Fat Boy Patricia. They left that offensive line for us.
Yeah, so offensive line, it's huge. Obviously, the center is, and you kind of look at, we talked about the Eagles. I made the Super Bowl last year. We'll see if Jason Kelce retires. That is a huge position, and obviously, as Bears fan, I want to make it about the Bears, but the Bears didn't address the center position. That is huge.
They got enough money.
They need to either free agency or draft, and I will have some thoughts on that coming up as well. So what about your defensive MVP for the Lions in 2023?
Surprisingly, the most consistent player on our team this season was, and I always gave him hell, but Anzalone. You know what I mean? He covers well, he tackles well. Like, he was a constant on our defense this year. When Aiden Hutchinson had that little downside, like, Alex Anzalone had no downs this year. He played well. I mean, he won't get the all the recognition and everything because of an Aiden Hutchinson and splash plays and everything, but he's a great blitzer. He covers good. He tackles well. Like, Alex Anzalone, man, hard body, man. I respect. You know what I'm saying? And he helped develop Derek Barnes. Like, and Derek Barnes came on at the end of the season. So it's a lot of patience, man. It's a lot of players that we have that, those veterans that we had helped develop, and Anzalone with Barnes, and look how Iffy Melifonwu came on later in the year. And then when he started playing better, Aiden Hutchinson started playing better. So just every people we drafted, people that we brought on that were like cast off from other teams that played good for us, and we kept them. They were there he was there since the beginning. Him, Khalif Raymond, Charles Harris, like those people. Charles Harris is a bum, but He does have a motor. He just doesn't have the talent, you know what I mean, to really be good. But he helped develop some of our young guys that we have. So, and Alex Anzalone, he's our MVP defensively this year. Yeah.
Now, is he? Where's he at in his contract? Is he going to be there next year, or do you
I
think
think he has one more year on his contract.
because I heard a lot of good things about Malcolm Rodriguez.
I mean, but he was a fan favorite. You know what I mean? But they figured him out. They just started putting him in coverage and dicing him up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good. He's a good player. He plays the run well. He's a hitter. You know what I mean? He's a wrestler. So like you get a wrestler on your team, they're good tacklers and all that. You know what I mean? But he's small. He has to eat so much to keep the weight on him. He's a small guy. That's how Rodrigo is good, but he's not Alex Anzalone. No. He got a lot of playing time his rookie year because we had nothing else. You know what I mean?
It makes a difference. And so going into 2024, then what are you hoping, or what are you looking at the Lions targeting that would really help them to head to the obviously Super Bowl maybe next year?
Man, you know what I would like in a perfect world, man? I would like to talk to the Denver Broncos and see what they want to. What's up, man? What y'all doing with Surtain over there? What's going on with him, man? Let's talk. You need some first round. You don't have no first round picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, man? Holla at your boy. Like, I really want just a shutdown corner. I'll pay him what he want. You know what I mean? Like, just come over, bro. I need a cornerback bad. Like, it was sickening. I was hating so bad on what the Chiefs had out there. Like they covered so well, and that was my Achilles heel. Like Cam Sutton, he can be good for us, yo. He's a solid cornerback, but he is not a number one. We can't do that anymore. We got too many safeties. Let one of them go and let's sign us a corner, man. We need to draft a number one. We need to draft a cornerback and sign a corner, and that whole room. And I love Jerry Jacobs too. Like we can keep him for special teams because he's like a fan favorite as well. But he was starting and he was getting after they figured out that he couldn't cover, man. That's what made all our games. Like this is why he was able to bother me this year. But you guys always giving up leads because we can't fucking cover, yo. You know what I'm saying? But we just had enough offense to get over. And I want to blow people out. I don't want no more 45 to 38 games. Like let's just blow people out, man. For real, bro. For real. Corner. And I think we need another what's my man from the Ravens, the defensive tackle. He's a free agent this year. African last name, start with an M.
Oh,
whatever.
Oh yeah, let me take a look at that. Yeah, so basically
give me that. That's what I want.
Defensive line.
Like somebody that'll help Aiden Hutchinson, man. He needs somebody else that's able to apply pressure as well, man. Elaine McNeil doesn't do it consistently enough. I need somebody else, just a consistent, interior threat. I remember when we had Sue and Cliff Averill just used to clean up when Sue push everything back. Cliff Averill come around, clean everything up. Like I miss that. Aiden Hutchinson has to do too much. Plays too many snaps. Like he needs help. We need some help.
Yeah, I mean, so it is good to have those players that are talented, but yeah, you have to fill out that line. Obviously, you need that pressure, and teams can scheme against one player, and obviously, I think the Bears. There were some teams that did handle Aiden Hutchinson, but you got to have it's got to be solid all around. So that would be good to add to that to get that pressure up front.
Yeah, defending then, man. We need a defense, man. We got, and if we want to beat the real good teams, we need to keep games. If we have to play close games, we have to have a defense that can stick around. I mean, my defense for the talent that we had, especially on the back end, like they got a lot out of that. You know what I mean? I know they give Aaron Glenn hell, but he got so much out of that pedestrian ass secondary. He got a lot out of it. He got a lot out of it. We had your boy Vildo out there starting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we got a lot. He squeezed a lot out of that grape, yo. For real. For
Well,
real.
speaking of squeezing a lot out for the Bears, obviously we have some money, and the Bears are going to need to do something. They've got DJ Moore and pretty much nobody else. So we're going to have to do something on the wide receiver front. And so here's some targets that the Bears could go after. Obviously, in the draft, a lot of people are trying to, say that Marvin Harrison Jr. could be a fit. And all will really, I think, depend on what is our window. And if they keep Fields, maybe they go with one of these veteran wide receivers as well. Or if they go with Caleb Williams, maybe at 9 they go with a younger wide receiver as well. The guy out of Washington, Rome Odunze. He's solid. But I mean, there are some interesting names here. Michael Pittman Jr. He's kind of someone I had wanted in a possible trade. Last year for the draft pick. I mean, I like Pittman. Mike Evans, he's solid, but he's getting older. I mean, what are your thoughts on those two so far?
I think like you do need a wide receiver, granted. DJ Chark is affordable. Tyler Boyd is
Mm-hmm.
affordable. Gabe Davis may be affordable. But I think with your second first round pick, if you do, you need a left tackle.
Yes. Yes.
You need a left tackle. So I know
Yes.
like DeMarvin Harrison Jr., like I it's sexy. It'll make you guys go crazy. But like if you can't get the ball to him, like
It's huge.
fuck.
Yeah.
So if you need a left tackle really bad. Like if you look at the teams that were in the playoffs and look how well CJ Stroud played compared to the little guy over there in Carolina, like the
Bryce Young.
difference
Yeah.
left tackle. Like he didn't have a left tackle. He was running for his little life. You know what I mean? It's simple as that. You need a left tackle. 49ers are a good team at left
Mm-hmm.
tackle. The rest of the offensive line, they all regular left tackle. So left tackles are very important. So fix the offensive line and you go. That's the offensive line take you where you want to go. That's why all the money is there. Money is in the defensive line and the offensive line.
It
And
is.
nobody and those are the people you want to pay. Number one, they
Yep.
last the longest, and you go far. So I think Hutch's numbers would have been better, but I'm pretty sure he got hurt after getting a hit with the interception game. Didn't look right after until. That's very true. I agree. He said he got hurt too. He said that's the hardest hit he ever took. Hit him right in that hip. The Panthers game. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so these players too, that's the one thing, even going back to with the Chiefs, if they continue, obviously I think, there's going to be huge push to want to do a three-peat, right? But I think, when these players are, playing longer and longer into the off-season time, I mean, that has to be, just hard on the body. Hutchinson, I mean, anybody on the line of scrimmage just has to be pretty beat up by the end of the year.
And Hutch plays every play. He don't come out the game. Very seldom. Like if you look at the amount of snaps he has, it's like in the 90%. Like he plays too much.
Do you know who usually does come out quite often? Jalen Carter.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. And that was a huge thing. And I don't think now many Bears fans are wishing we would have gone with Jalen Carter.
Yeah, but remember, that's what I'm saying. That's the season. The
Mhm.
season, it's a long season. In the beginning, Jalen Carter's like, "Well, we ain't pick him." Like, then Dexter started playing good, right? There
Mhm.
you go. You just got to be patient. Once you're patient, and you don't have to. Once they got Sweat, everybody else got freed up, and then
Yep.
it's a different defense. It's a whole totally
Mhm.
now. All of a sudden, the secondary is picking everything off. Like it's crazy. Like the end of the season, I had to have like 15 interceptions. Like the last 6 games, it was crazy. That's the Sweat
Mhm.
effect. Like, you're not asking so much of your rookies and they're able to play. They got a guy over here that's taking up 2 blockers. Like, that's good. That's a good It's a good sign. I didn't know. I was sleeping on Sweat. I definitely was. My man is a Commanders fan. He said, "Nah, Sweat better than Homeboy. Homeboy had one
Mm-hmm.
rookie season. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it."
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of kind of Bears free agents as well, obviously we'll see what they do in the draft. I am hoping that they, trade down, keep Fields, right? Trade down to 2, maybe even trade down past 2 and get that historic haul, from a cumulative effect, because then they can continue to add pieces. Maybe they get Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe they get, one of the edge, defenders as well. I believe Latu or whatever, that, piece as well. But there are also some free agent targets on defense. Brian Burns is a player that I had wanted in that trade with the Panthers. Leonard Williams, my Iowa guy AJ Epinesa, another player right there. Daniil Hunter could be a good one. Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen, he's a
Yeah,
stud. So
yeah,
there's a lot of players that can really continue to add to that defense. I do like them if they're a little bit younger, because you want to continue to grow with whoever they draft, plus Javon Dexter, plus Sweat, and the Bears can really surprise people, mainly with the defense. And I think, if you have a defense that can continue to, really obviously turn the ball over, but make a lot of pressure up front, I think that's huge.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Panthers did not want to come off of Brian Burns. They would not come
Mm-mm.
off. They just
Now they
would.
might have to.
They might. Because they need some. They
They
need some.
do.
I take
Oh,
them
here you
this.
go. Sweat on one side, Burns on the other would be pretty nightmarish.
Yeah, it would. It
I'm
wouldn't
down
be.
with that.
It wouldn't be
I
fun
am.
at all. Would not be fun. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think,
Jeez.
maybe next week we'll talk about more of the Vikings and Packers free agent stuff. But I mean, when you look at some of the offseason stuff now, do you get excited for the draft? Do you kind of look at some of these players, or you just kind of like let it play out?
This year, like it's like we later. So I think the free agency will be a little bit more exciting for me this year. Although I know my coach, my GM, he loves the draft. So, and I think we have a lot of hits later in the draft anyway. So, I mean, I'm still excited about the draft, but free agency more so, because I know that he probably didn't make a splash uh at the trade deadline this year, because he figured we were about a year away.
Mhm.
And we kind of took it a little farther than he probably even expected. I mean, they won't ever mention that, because I'm sure that the draft picks that they made, they just like, it's like everything finally came together at the end of the year. And I don't know if he expected that, to be honest. Derek Barnes was going to get cut this year. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He wasn't even going to make the team. You know what I mean? And Melifonwu was a healthy scratch for most of the season. So I didn't think he thought that. And then after that, the Broncos game on Saturday night, it was like, all right, we might be, they started blitzing more and applying more pressure, which I loved at that time. I mean, we were giving up a lot of big plays, but if you notice, we were winning. So I was impressed with it. But I think we can't live. It's a hard way to live. I was saying that the whole time. Like, yeah, it's tough, because you give it up 400 yards. Everybody's saying you suck because Mullins got 800 yards on you in 2 games,
Mhm.
and it's tough. But I just hope he does something in the free agency at cornerback, or even defensive tackle or something like that, to just solidify the line of scrimmage on the defensive side and get us some real talent in the secondary. Like I said, we went safety heavy, but we need some cover corners, man, badly,
You know,
badly.
you talk about like free agency, and it's interesting because obviously money talks. That's huge for players as well. But I think when you have a winning culture, when you have a team that's close. Obviously, I'm not an NFL player, but that has to kind of play into it. And now the Lions are in that discussion. They are one piece away, and obviously I don't know how much obviously recruiting is done in NFL free agency, but you say, hey, you are the piece that can get us to the Super Bowl. And I can imagine, like, if the Lions, whatever Lions team gets to the Super Bowl, because it's got to happen eventually, right?
Right.
Whatever Lions team gets the Super Bowl, I mean, any of those players are not going to have to pay for a meal in Detroit or Michigan, I think, especially if they win it, ever. Right.
Ever. Dan Campbell don't have to pay for shit now.
And he shouldn't. He shouldn't, because you bring that winning culture, and obviously that's what Joe Madden did to the Cubs, and obviously you have that effect. It's huge. I mean, so just being able to recruit players, and that's why, I mean, even with the Bears, it is tough in the national media. It's like, okay, the Bears, don't develop players, they don't, do this or that. But when you have a team to start to really ascend and do well, whether it's the fields or the possibility of playing with a Caleb Williams.
And he don't like he doesn't like Caleb Williams, y'all. I'm sure I know that. He doesn't like him.
Oh, come on. Caleb Williams could be my guy. He could be. But not yet. Not until my GM says otherwise.
Okay.
But I love my GM. I'm all about Ryan Poles. I love having Ian Cunningham there as well. I just, I really trust kind of the process. And free agency, I think the Bears can be a good draw. But obviously it's hard to, the Lions are going to be the draw, I think.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think everybody's looking at looking at how well we perform on. They got to see us a lot this year, and every game we played on prime time was a good game, and we looked the part, and we made it to the NFC Championship, man. I don't know what else we could do with the team, with the fourth youngest team in the NFL. Like, I don't know what else we could do. Come to Detroit, y'all. Come to Detroit. I remember when they laughed at us last year when Amon Ra. What's homeboy that went to Florida State and he plays for the Dolphins now, the cornerback? What's his name?
I don't even remember his name. I'll have to.
Yeah, because he's a bum. He's a bum. Yeah, the one Tom Brady threw his last touchdown on. What's his name? Fucking Ramsey.
Oh, Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, he laughed at us.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wish you was there now, right?
He does.
Yeah. Should have came home.
Well, even the possibility of being, I mean, yes, you want to beat the best on the other side, the AFC, but I mean, it just, it has to be a factor to say, okay, well, we have a chance to do something great. And obviously the Bears do too. And so, but yeah, I mean, the Bears really started to develop their draft picks later in the season. Rosty's right. And I think that's what you want. You want to see your players do well. You want to see them develop. So then obviously that can build to the future. Then you can catapult you to NFC Championship, competing for the things that matter when it matters.
Yep. Yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Y'all moving in the right direction, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Because I swear I do not want that Saquon Barkley over there. I do not want that. I don't want it. I don't want it.
See, yeah, I mean, I could have put that, is a, and maybe that will be a Saquon could be a target in, which I would be all right with. But I just, when we talk about money wise, I'm really interested to see what he's going to get. Because when you talk about wide receivers not getting paid, I don't think running backs are going to get paid much either anymore. I mean, I'd rather continue to build other ways. I like Roschon Johnson. I like kind of the committee approach. Saquon is talented, but yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Well, I hope that's how Ryan Poles feels too. Shit. I'm from New Jersey, so I watch Saquon every week. And I watch him do everything with nothing. When everyone knows he's the only person on the Giants, and he go out there, and if there's anything else that he don't have a DJ Moore in New York.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, he had Odell Beckham 1 year, his rookie year, when he won Rookie of the Year. That's it. That's all. That's the only year he had some type of help. He's been great. If healthy, he's been great. I don't I don't know what else. Honestly, and he wants to stay in New York too.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to Chicago, he'll be incredible. He'll be incredible. He gets so much out of nothing. It's crazy. It's
Well,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, obviously, if the Bears are, starting to prove that line, because Darnell Wright, he is, proved that he is really improving. I like where he's at. If they continue to add to that line, they were really running the ball. I mean, with Dante Foreman, right? I mean, they were running,
Yeah. What
running
you
it.
think, yo? Them little 6 yards Dante Foreman was getting, that's 17 with Saquon, bro. That's 17
Yeah,
yards. Like
yeah.
that's the difference between Montgomery and Williams. 6 more
Mm-hmm,
yards. You know what I'm saying? Long
mm-hmm.
touchdowns, getting out of the hole. You know what I mean? Eating up the like getting to the safeties quick. That's the difference. Saquon will be crazy in Chicago. Number one, if you keep Justin Fields or if you get Caleb Williams, again another threat, dual threat quarterback. Like it's gonna be scary. I'm telling you, and I'm terrified that he might go there because y'all got that kind of money to pay him. You have the money to pay him, and you have a young team that you ain't really got to pay that many people. You paid the 2 linebackers. You got to pay a cornerback. Everybody else, 3 years before you have to pay him.
They
You don't
better
have to
pay
pay
that
your
cornerback,
quarterback.
by the
By
way.
the time you pay your quarterback, if you don't
Yeah.
keep Justin Fields, you don't have to pay your quarterback for another 5 years. That's crazy. So you have the money to invest in a great running back, a great football player, period, who can catch and run.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know.
He even played quarterback versus the Bears and
Right.
still yeah. Everybody's looking for cues. What are the Bears going to do either way? And free agency right away is going to be interesting as well. And I almost wonder, I'm just kind of thinking this through, if the Bears do get Saquon Barkley, if that's more of an indication that they will go rookie quarterback. Because you have like
A bell
just
cow.
a bell
Right.
cow and a veteran like that where they can rely on him and not put so much on a rookie quarterback. That might be an indicator where they allocate their money. And Roasty also chimed in here. Really an opportunity to relevance. And I thought that was going to happen this year. I did week 1, and that's probably the closest. I'm not the kind of person that's going to destroy my TV over everything, right? But that probably would have been the one to do it.
It's a hole in that wall behind the Walter Payton picture.
There might be. There might be. Stay tuned to find out. But yeah, I mean, I think just week 1 is going to be really telling either way. But I think, yeah, you're right. The Bears have that opportunity to really catapult and punch through to the other side. How about that?
You think so? I hope so, man. For your sake, man. Because I feel honestly, I feel bad sometimes. I feel bad. I feel bad for you. And I
Well,
truly do. You such
yeah.
my friends on this show are such good people, man. Even Craig, he's not that. He's a really nice guy, yo. I'm telling
He
you.
is. He
Really
is.
nice. It's
It's he's on brand with anything
he's
anti-Fields,
right. He's
which
anti everything. He wished
he
me
is.
that. He wished my poor team, my Lions never bothered nobody. He wished us L's and all that.
If
Like
if Fields were to get traded, my dream scenario would be Fields going to Minnesota. I want to know what Craig would say then. I mean, that would be, like the whole thing of Justin Fields haters on Twitter that are Bears fans. I really worry about some of these. If they're actual Bear fans, I worry about them if the Bears do decide to keep Fields, right? So you kind of like, I'm, you know me, it's Valentine's Day and, my man crush is Justin Fields. He's my Valentine's date for tonight.
yes.
But, Caleb, there's still room for Caleb as well,
You got some Caleb in there. You got some room
yeah,
for Taylor.
I
I
got
mean,
some
you
room
know
for
what?
Caleb.
Yeah, I've been through it. I went through it a few years ago, man. Looking at Stafford go somewhere else and do well. So it was hard, but I was happy for him, and you'll be happy for him too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
He was at a better place. Like somebody else adopted my son, and he got a ring. It's actually the anniversary. Actually, he won it 3 years ago to this day.
Okay, he did. Yes.
So it's I was very, very. I felt like I won because I know what he'd been through. You know what I'm saying? And I saw it with the way he was having all those game-winning drives. Like I've seen it a million times. Like I knew.
So that's, I guess, Fields to the Vikings wouldn't necessarily be a dream scenario for winning. I don't see him necessarily winning in Minnesota. So it did come out, and we haven't talked to a lot of Vikings Packers this week, but it did come out. Like I had said, Justin Jefferson wants to know what they're going to do a quarterback before he commits.
Which is smart. That's smart.
It's absolutely smart.
Even Minnesota fans need to be like, yeah, he's right, because that's going to mess up his legacy. He has a legacy he got to uphold. He want to go to the Hall of Fame. If I'm not going to win, let me be productive. Like,
absolutely. And if I was Kwesi, if I was anybody in the Vikings brass, I would go to him and say, hey, well, who do you want? Tell us who you want.
Yeah.
Do you want us to trade up? Because I mean, there are a lot of Vikings fans that are talking about JJ McCarthy, and I don't know. He's got a lot.
He don't got it.
He does. He's got a lot of questions.
Nah, he's not it.
He did have,
but no, he's not.
He did have Blake Corum. He had a lot of. He had a great line, I believe, at Michigan.
Yeah. They don't have. I mean, he is mobile. So he'll make a little bit happen, but no. I saw him you saw him in the national championship. Like if you never saw him before, if you seen him in that game, I watch Michigan games, and no, bro, no.
No. We should be saying yes.
Oh
yeah. Draft him.
Draft him, please. But no,
yeah.
He is not it, bro. He not it. No.
Well, this has been fun. And this week, and obviously a lot of Bears and Lions love. Next week, when the other guys and everyone is back, Shelby will probably be back. Everyone else had Valentine's dates. Hey, everyone will be back, and we'll talk more Vikings and Packers, season MVPs. I think that'll be interesting to hear. That way, I know where Trevor's going with that. I for sure know Trevor.
I think so too.
I'm not 100% sure where Shelby and Craig are going to go on the Vikings, though. There's
nobody.
Right? Well, no. Maybe it might be coaching staff.
No, they don't give a fuck about them coaches.
Oh yes,
I think they might do JJ still, or they might do. They have one on defense. They could do Hunter, because Hunter had a hell of a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Future Bear. Yeah.
So they can go there on defense. I'm pretty sure, but offense, I don't. Who? Addison. Hopkinson before he got hurt, like maybe.
Well, Craig is all about Addison, so trade Jefferson. We got Addison. We're good.
Yeah. Okay, please. Yeah, do that.
Ooh, roasty. Penix fits Minnesota from a scheme perspective. Yeah, that's the one thing about Penix. Well, two things. His injury history, right?
Yeah.
And
he's hurt in the national championship.
He's hurt, and he's older. Almost like your guy who's the possible heir apparent in Detroit, been hurt, and he's older.
He is. He's older.
Hendon Hooker is going to be all right. He's going to be okay. He's all right, but Jared Goff is the guy. You know that. As long as we have an offensive line, Jared Goff is the guy. Definitely Jared Goff, and then we get Ben Johnson back another year. He's going to be better. He's going to be even better this year. He's going to have 35 touchdowns this year. Watch. It's possible. I doubted him last year, and he had a ton of yards. We had over 4,000 yards, right? So
we got 18. We got 17 games now, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shit.
I got to get my predictions. I want to see all the schedules and all of that coming out. Obviously now the Super Bowl is done. Bears are on the clock. So much, to come. But me, before I see, the schedules and everything, I'm already just going to say Packers are going to be 6-11. We'll go with that. regardless, and I'll try to make that happen in the schedule. You got to set people off and look at the regression of love, the Valentine's heartbreak in 2024 for love.
From your lips to God's ears.
Love stinks. Love stinks. I'll take it. So where can everyone find you as we finish out tonight?
Oh man, 7th letter 4 on Twitter, X, and same OG on Instagram and Facebook. And on top of the NFC North, I see you guys next year. No, I see you guys next week. But
We'll be here next week. Yes.
Yeah, we'll still be on top of the NFC next year. I don't see really no threat yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not with a rookie quarterback or Justin Fields. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, don't talk bad about my man.
Hey, man, he a man for a few more weeks, man. Enjoy him while you got him.
Hey, I have to. You can find me on the Twitter X machine. You can find me on YouTube and check us out on our new Freezin 4 pod TikTok. Lots of great stuff there. Lots of fun little ways you can interact with us. Already started to interact with some Bears fans who are anti-Fields, and that's always a fun time as well. So
they do this shit to themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, stop.
Once again, it's been a Freezin 4 NFC North Podcast, episode 80. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Obviously enjoy your time and send those cards out, chocolates, eat them all up. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Peace.